Hi, welcome back. This is Kelly with the Plant-Based Kitchen. So today we're going to talk about beets. Yeek. I do not like beets at all. This is one vegetable that you cannot get anywhere near me. Even if somebody's eating it on a salad and stuff and I can smell that smell, which is that earthy, like I would say dirt smell, but I know people will disagree with me. That and grapefruit. So, how do you buy beets? So I'm not going to cook them today just because the smell of beets, not good. All right, so how do you buy beets? You always want to look for ones that look really firm, so you want to make sure that there's no type of blemishes or anything like that on them, and then you want to make sure that you have the beet greens on there, so you want to have them to be a nice bright green. You'll also notice and stuff that a lot of them come, because they put them in bunches, they come with the ties. So first thing when you get home, take the ties off. These suffocate your vegetables, so get that off of there. Okay, so let's start. So June through October is the best time to get beets. That's when they're going to be the freshest. You'll see them in the stores all the time, but you'll know that they're really, really fresh when they're June through October. So let's use this one first. So nice beet. It's actually been washed down. You can scrub it as much as you would like. So to actually cook them, you want to cut off basically all the stems and stuff with about 1 inch growth. So you have about that much there. And let's store them first. So to store them, you've got them to beat like this, so you cut off the little stems. Then you wrap it in a moist paper towel like this. Put it in a Ziploc bag. Always have Ziploc bags around. And then you can store it, and if you close it and stuff and put it in your refrigerator, you can store it up to 3 days. So it keeps pretty well. So let's take that apart here. All right, to cook them, keep your beet greens. So keep all of your stems and your beet greens here. So to cook them, actually the same thing. So you've got the 1 inch top. So just go ahead and put it in a dish, and then you're going to use a little bit of vegetable broth. I usually, when I do vegetable broth, the one thing, the tip and trick is when you use just vegetable broth and you're cooking with it, be careful when you use it because it burns off really quick. So what I'll do is I'll do a 1-to-1. So if I do like a half a cup of vegetable broth, I'll usually add a 1/4 cup to a half a cup of water. And that way it dilutes the vegetable broth and it doesn't burn off as quick. If you want to like caramelize onions, you can use the vegetable broth also, but then start adding a little bit of water after you do the first kind of caramelization with it. That's just a tip and trick, because if you use vegetable broth, you can turn around pretty quick and your vegetables will burn in your pans. So yeah, just a little bit of vegetable broth in there. And then once you want to cover it, what I always do is, because I don't want the aluminum foil right on the vegetables, even though it is a good conductor of heat, I always use parchment paper first. So I put parchment paper on the top, and then what I'll do is I'll take aluminum foil and then cover the top and put that in there. So then you don't have the effects of all the aluminum in your system. So I do that with anything when I'm covering: parchment paper first, then aluminum second. All right, so we've got those. Those have all been baking, so they're like in a 350-degree oven. They're usually about 40-45 minutes. You just want to check, and you'll see when they start getting really soft. Let them cool, and then once they cool, once you get those, they're done cooling, the way that you can get the skins off, because you don't need to peel them before you do, is you can either run them under cool water and just take your hands and rub them. Sometimes, depending on the beet and stuff, you might want to wear gloves, so some kind of a latex glove. Or if not, you can just take a regular towel like this, and after it's been cooked, then you just put it within the towel like this, and then you just rub it. So if you've got multicolored towel and don't really care about it, it's just your kitchen towel, just rub it and it'll take the skins right off. Same thing, make sure it's not a really good towel, because of course beets bleed into that. Alright, so we've got that one that's been cooked. Okay, so you got the beet greens. How do you want to cook the beet greens? What you want to do, and you can either use your knife or you can just use your hands, you want to take the leaves off first away from the stems. So just kind of separate those all out. So I have all the stems and then I have the leaves. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put about a half a cup of vegetable broth, and then if you want to do the half and half, you can go ahead, or start out with a half a cup of vegetable broth, and then once it starts kind of burning off, add your water. So first thing you want to do is you want to cook your stems first. So you're going to put those in a frying pan, just a saute pan, and let them cook for about 4 minutes, and they'll soften up. Once that's done, check and make sure you need to have any more liquid. So add a little more vegetable broth, add a little bit more water, and then you're going to add your leaves. So once you add your leaves in there, you're going to saute for probably about another 4 minutes, and then you can use these great beet greens, if you like them, which I don't like beets, but if you like them, you can actually use them in vegetable dishes, you can use them over rice, you can use them in stews, whatever you want to do. But you have, the nice thing about it is you used every single part of your beet. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this tip today, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Beets, yee.